You though is that we had, if we're gonna go 50-50, and you ask me, you say it can only be on bags and bodies, and he wanted to facilitate all the people who battled too.
Set up all the other battles, the undercard.
So he set up all the battles, and it's going to be on bags and bodies. But we are going to go 50-50 to pay for the event, though.
But that was the question I wanted to ask. Like, is it 50-50 on the payout, or is it 50-50 on all the money before? Because I heard him say
we'll go 50-50 on everything. I told him everything.
Okay.
But it's not going to be on bags and bodies. And you think I'm not about to have Rex and Shine and who I want on my end?
Okay.
You could pick whoever you want on your undercard. But you think I'm not about to, if we split it down the middle, it's 50-50. So he left that part out.
Yeah, because he was saying he's going to have to set up the battles. He's going to have to put up the money in the flights and the hotels and all that stuff for the battlers. So that's not the case. That's not what you were talking about.
He knows that.
That's not what he was
saying. But how about this? Okay. How about this? This was
that was the part I had a problem with. Like, he's going to put up all the money.
I mean, and this is what I'm saying. And if ARP he called him in, ARP can attest to this. 50-50, and we gonna do that, right? I'll do 50-50. He said something about a week or something. I said, wait a week. He want me to wait a week. Yeah. These dudes do business, not like, it's not the way I do business. I choose to do it. I make sure I cross every T, I dot every I, you know. I'm not one of them niggas that got the contract yesterday and say yes today.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas that I am.
Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking back in, man, back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button and subscribe button your way, and I appreciate all the support. Oh, man, the saga continues, man. I'm on another van chronicle. Your boy is in Rhode Island, like I said earlier today. The big-ass crate is gone, but I got some more work. In the back, man. You know what I'm saying? Headed down to, where I'm going, South Carolina. So I'm headed back to South Carolina. Be there sometime tomorrow, but shout out to everybody, man. Yeah, your boy be rolling. Your boy definitely be rolling. So there's been a lot of Hitman and Mook talk today, man. I've been on three-way calls with ARP and Mook's manager and all this kind of stuff, man. We just been politicking and going back and forth and trying to figure out. I'm just trying to get some clarity on what's going on, try to get some understanding. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really appreciate my blog. He felt like I didn't really represent his angle correctly or whatever. So I can't say it might have been a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can say that. There's a lot to unpack with this interview that Mook did. He definitely said a lot. Obviously, Hitman was in spaces earlier addressing a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to just say this, because they keep telling me that they want to do the battle. And I always feel like if you want to do the battle, it should not be this hard. You know what I'm saying? I do realize these are not normal negotiations. This is a artist and another artist splitting pay-per-view down the middle, or some percentage, where a league doesn't control it, which is really unprecedented. It hasn't been done by anybody else before. You don't even get 50-50 splits nowhere in battle rap. So to have it done and then have it done by a actual battler is two different things. So I spoke to ARP. ARP did tell me when he negotiates with Mook, it does take a while. Even a setup like Big K can take upwards to a month to set everything in motion. So Mook is not somebody that's just gonna make everything happen like this and you're gonna get an answer right now and all this. He say that Mook don't operate like that. He reads his contract. He tries to argue everything in his favor, just like you're gonna try to argue everything in your favor, and sometimes it can take a little bit of time. This is where the problem is. A couple years ago, ARP tried to set this battle up. Murder Mook versus Hitman, obviously. This was like before the Reed Dollars battle. So he tried to set the battle up. It didn't really happen. I think Mook went down to the Cassidy mansion, all this kind of stuff. The battle came. He had a contract. that said Hitman Holler's name on it, he came back and decided he did not want to do the battle. So I think Hitman feels like a lot of his time was wasted. So fast forward now, you do the battle. Now when he first was setting the battle up, it is true. They go to Mook. He says, okay, you know, what is it that you need? They start talking about a split and all this kind of stuff. Hitman agrees to it. So now Hitman is thinking, okay, I agreed to what you wanted. Boom, the battle should be able to get set up pretty fast after that. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to lock in pretty easy. Everything else should be just small little details here and there. And come to find out, there were other things that I guess Mook had questions about or issues about or things that he wanted resolved before you got there. And it seems like it's too many ancillary stuff going on that's causing this battle to go longer. You know, from talking to Mook's manager, Mook really argues everything, bro, down to a T, and he wants everything in the contract, and even down to like how many times you want me to promote the battle, how is the face-off required, you know, or if we're gonna do a YouTube drop, I want the date that I can expect the YouTube to drop on, or at least the time frame that it's gonna drop on. None of this word stuff. Everything has to be written. He said ever since Mook didn't get paid for what battle it was, he didn't get paid. He rapped about it and thing. Ever since I did Young Hot, I think ever since Young Hot I didn't get my money, I started overcharging niggas for what they did for the Cold Crush. So Mook said that was basically a contract thing too. Them niggas ran off with the contract, ran off with the bread, never paid them. So now everything, he's very, very particular. So this is one of them things where they want to do the battle, but it's not going to be any quick negotiations. And now as you see Mook in this clip talking about, oh, I'm going to want Rex and Sean, just like you going to want your niggas on the car, I'm going to want my niggas. All that is like extra negotiating. You got to find, you know, Sean ain't even battling. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how crazy it is. Sean literally is not battling right now. So you have to find opponents for them. I don't really honestly feel like he wants to do the battle on Bags and Bodies. I feel like it gives up too much leverage or too much control. This is also an ego, a mano kind of thing. And I like what Hitman said in the space. Hitman said, yo, I dropped a lot of my ego to make the battle happen. I reached out, tried to make the battle happen. I'm the one that reached out. I'm the one that was willing to do a 50-50 split, even though I feel like I'm bigger than Hitman in just hip-hop and in battle rap in general. I feel like I'm more of a celebrity than he is, but I'm still willing to do 50-50. I'm trying to meet whatever he asked for, I was trying to do. So he says, I did that because I want to make the battle happen so bad. So, but it do seem like it's an ego thing. You listen to more of this interview, I see already got like 23,000 views in 8 hours, so it's definitely going viral. Mook brings up URL, says URL to do the battle. I think that's ultimately probably where he wanted to do the battle at. He will get his upfront money. He don't got to worry about paying this person, paying that person. See, they was trying to do everything on their own money. Hitman was talking about paying for the undercard and flights and all this and setting the battle. And I kind of honestly, bro, when you start talking about how you need Rex and Sean and all these people on the card, it can become a bit much. Like, it literally can come. You got to find an opponent. Now the budget is higher. Rex and Sean ain't no small ass artist. Sean fighting over money. You know what I'm saying? So y'all niggas already got in a very, very expensive battle. Y'all trying to split the pay-per-view, and then you trying to put another high-priced nigga like Sean on, who's also been arguing about how he ain't feeling like he's getting the money that he's worth. Rex is gonna feel the same way. So now look how much of this pay-per-view that continues to be split. So I kind of don't really feel like them niggas need to be on the card. Maybe one, definitely not, probably both. You know what I'm saying? Y'all two are big enough in this culture where y'all almost can sell the card with just y'all niggas and some Bags and Body battles, to keep it real with you. So, or some smaller dot mob niggas like Your Honor and, you know, niggas like that. So yeah, the ego part of this, I just feel like, so he brings up URL. I think he does want to do the battle. In my opinion, I kind of feel like he's pushing for URL a little bit. And, you know, he's making it sound like it'll happen. That battle is not going to happen on URL, bro. URL, in my opinion, is not going to book Hitman. If they didn't book him for the Geechee battle after they brought him on stage and all this kind of stuff, if they didn't book him for that battle, I don't see them booking him at all. A lot has changed since then, and now URL is in a position where maybe Hitman needs them before they need him. And I'm going to explain more of this later because I want to do another kind of blog. I don't want to turn this into 2 blogs into one. But URL has a lot more leverage than they used to have before. And I don't see them doing a battle now. And with the price cuts and everything URL is talking about, I mean, you looking at both these battlers are going to want, if you feel like we could do the battle together and possibly split $400,000 of pay-per-view money, what you think you're going to want URL to pay? You know what I'm saying? You're going to want URL to at least pay $100,000. At least 100. So this already is starting off as a $200,000 battle. And I just don't see that shit happening. I don't see that shit happening at all. So, and if Mook was really thinking, he would realize that too. I know he's probably thinking he got some juice. He can call up Smack and Beasley and make it happen, yada, yada. But I don't really think that. Plus, Hitman is going to want a YouTube release and all this kind of stuff. It's just a lot of other things. Sometimes, if I'm being honest, you can want so many things, bro. It can come off as if you're just ducking. Now, from when I talked to ARP says Mook is like this in negotiation. He argues every single thing because, you know, ARP got mandatory interviews. You must interview with people and promote the battle. He might say you got to do 4 interviews with top media, top bloggers. You got to post on your IG, once a week, up into the battle. You must do 2 Instagram stories. He got all that written down. So he say Mook even argues even all of that, how much everything. So he does say Mook is very much like that. And Lux is another, from what I found out, is another hard person to negotiate with and actually wants a lot. But if you Hitman, you just want to do the battle and you feel like I'm reaching out, you're going to be like, well, damn, I'm doing all I can to do the battle. Now you want to work, you want to see if we can get on Netflix, you want to do this. And, when you deal with Netflix, bro, they're really not going to buy just one battle. They might buy the whole card and stuff like that, but even that can be an ongoing, prolonged negotiation. So if you Hitman, it's like, yo, I'm doing all this. I already feel like I'm bigger than you. And now I got to wait on all this extra shit that you want. And I just feel like, why am I doing this when I already feel like I'm the person that's trying to make it happen? So it can come off like, do you really, really want to do the battle? He says at the end of this 15 minutes of fame, I just want to do the battle. If you just want to do the battle, then sometimes you got to temper some of these negotiations. And you got to be like, okay, what can we do to make the battle work? What can we do quickly that we can all make the battle happen and it can happen this summer? So I don't know, bro. I actually kind of was optimistic in thinking that the battle may go down, but I don't think the battle's gonna go down now. I really don't. I mean, ARP and Van and all them, they kind of broke off discussing the battle now. They seem to kind of like, you know what, it's too much. Let's just pause on it. Maybe organically it'll come back. But right now, that's where we at. And now they actually then reaching out to Lux. Like, yo, what we talking about after this Rum Nitty battle? If Lux has a good performance versus Rum Nitty, I definitely could see him leapfrogging Mook as being the top person to kind of get this Hitman battle finally started, because I think Hitman wants to battle, and I think the culture will be saying, okay, you beat Rum Nitty, now what's up with Lux? I mean, what's up with Hitman? If Lux loses, maybe he battles Geechee. Him and Geechee could do the riot and kind of do the same thing. Or maybe he battles Rum Nitty. Maybe he battles the winner of this situation, and then somewhere down the road, maybe even a twerk battle. But I do feel like Hitman is gonna move on. So I think maybe this battle is actually not gonna come to fruition after all. A lot of tell us with this Lux battle. I do think he wants the Lux battle, and I think if Lux does well, and the culture is clamoring about Lux in a week, I do think it's gonna ramp up these Hitman talks. I definitely feel like it's gonna ramp up the talk. So I don't know, man. It's just a little disappointing. It's some stuff Mook was saying in here. It's too much finger pointing, bro. You got niggas calling each other trash, niggas shitting on each other accolades and all kind of stuff, and then just got to the point where everything is just so disrespectful, and it's just like, you don't even know if you can get these two in the same room without there being an altercation, to be real with you. Like, it may be that kind of tension between them two just based on the lies and some of the things said. He basically said Hitman was lucky for his success, I guess, to be on Wild 'N Out, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you've been on Wild 'N Out for a while, bro. You might be lucky to get on there, but hell, you didn't stay on there for many years, so you got to attribute that to, even if you're not the best person for a while now, you have adapted for that particular situation. What else was he? Oh, he's talked about Hitman want to know how much money I'm making. That was another big thing he said in the interview. Why are you asking Remy Ma how much money I'm making? I don't really got a problem with that. You know, in one essence, you can say, mind your business, get the fuck out of my business. You know what I'm saying? Why you worried about what I get paid? But I don't think Hitman is going to be comfortable with Mook making more, and I don't think Mook going to be comfortable with Hitman making more. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So, and you think Floyd Mayweather and all these other boxers, bro, don't really know what the rest of these niggas is making? They are finding out what the hell Manny Pacquiao is making and all these other niggas is making. So, I don't know. I think in battle rap, niggas be trying to be secretive and shit, but in other sports, niggas be knowing what niggas be making for these solo matches. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really feel like that's a big deal. I just think this is just another thing that you just end up complaining about. And who cares? Who cares at the end of the day? And you know, I don't know. That's just how I feel. But it was definitely some long conversations today, man. I was sworn under secrecy to keep the conversations under wraps, man, and not really talk too much about the behind the scenes business. But just from talking, they want to do the battle. I just don't really see it happening. I just don't see it happening. Now that this Lux talk, the worst thing that could have happened for this battle was that Lux jumped into spaces and really kind of amped up. Like, yo, I still want to battle you. I'm going to spin a block after this. I think Hitman going to move on to another opponent, and him and Lux is going to meet either sometime later this year or the top of next year. And that's the way I see this joint going down. So, and as for Mook, I wouldn't be surprised if he battles again, it'd be Arsenal. And that's crazy, bro. We'll look up and we'll be like, we didn't get no Mook and Briz, we didn't get no Mook and Hitman, and we didn't get no Daylight and Lux. And a lot of it is just bullshit. It's lawsuits, it's bullshit, it's egos, it's money, it's this. It's just a lot of crap. And there's another party. I'm gonna talk about this in the blog later on. It's another issue that's a big deal with the negotiations too. That's fucking things up. So it's just a lot, bro. It is. Like, I was thinking it was like all simple shit, but now I realize what these niggas be asking for and wanting clarification on and all this kind of stuff. And I do feel like ultimately down the road, I don't think Mook really wants to do the battle on Bags and Bodies. I really don't. For some reason, I just get the feeling that he would just like to do the battle on URL. I don't feel like he want to put no upfront money in. He don't want to pay for niggas up front and recoup on the end. I don't really feel like he want to do that. Hitman feels like, yo, I said yes to what he wanted so fast that it actually shocked him. I don't think he thought I was going to say yes. But when I said yes to the 50-50, you know, next thing you know, you're moving on to like higher numbers, like possibly a different percentage or whatever, which I found out might not have been completely accurate. But I don't know, bro. It's just a lot. But Chris Unbiased, I'll let your boy.